We are live. We are live. Hello, critical thinkers. Hope all is well. If you can hear me, do me a favor, type in a 1 in the chat, just making sure my audio sounds good, sounds crisp and clean. Good morning to everyone on. It is 6:33 a.m. Wanted to give you a quick live stream and an update on the Messiah Nantwi murder case. For those of you who don't know, Messiah Nantwi was murdered at Mid-State Correctional Facility the day after Christopher Keyless was brutally beaten. I've covered the Christopher Keyless story here, so if you haven't been made aware of it, check out my playlist and check out videos on Christopher Keyless, who was also covered on NBC4 by Sarah Wallace, who also has been covering the Messiah Nantwi case. So this stream is going to be quick. Wanted to, one, show you a video of a new summary of what happened in Oneida County Court with another mid-state correction officer pleading guilty and actually showing some remorse for the crime. And then secondly, we are going to be going over an article from the Spectrum News. So I'm going to pull up this very quick news story now, and we will get into it. Let's do it.
Guilty in the March death of Mid-State Correctional inmate Messiah Nantwi was sentenced.
Daniel Berger was charged with manslaughter, gang assault, and other charges. He pleaded guilty to offering a false instrument. He was sentenced to the agreed upon 1 1/3 to 4 years in state prison.
He was in the room. He did lay hands on Mr. Nantwi. I don't think that he was one of the major contributors, but he did contribute, and this plea gives some sort of justice to the Nantwi's family. There were some inaccuracies in the report that Mr. Berger stated occurred in the incident with Mr. Nantwi.
7 corrections officers have taken plea offers in this case, and 6 have a tentative January trial date set.
My apologies. I'm unmuted now. So notice how the district attorney, I'm sorry, I forgot the gentleman's name, mentioned how Daniel Berger did put hands on Messiah Nantwi, but notice what he is pleading guilty to filing a false instrument. We are going to go a little bit deeper and go into an article by the Spectrum News in terms of what happened with the Daniel Berger plea deal. So I'm going to pull up this article now from the Spectrum News, and we'll go a little deeper. Here we go. Former Mid-State CO charged in Messiah Nantwi's death, sentenced to prison. Daniel Berger, a former Mid-State correction officer who admitted to filing a false document in the prison death of Messiah Nantwi, was sentenced Monday morning to 1.5 to 1 1/3 years in prison in Oneida County Court. Now, mind you, the assistant district attorney working with Bill Fitzpatrick mentioned that this gentleman did put hands on Messiah Nantwi. Why is he only getting 1 to 1/3 years? It doesn't make sense to me, but let's continue on with the article. Berger, who was originally charged with first-degree manslaughter, two counts of gang assault, fifth-degree conspiracy and offering a false instrument for filing in concert, pleaded guilty to August to the latter charge, a non-violent felony. Now, this seems to me a dramatic lessening in terms of being initially charged with first-degree manslaughter, gang assault, and only having him plead guilty to offering a false instrument. It doesn't make sense to me, but let's move on. Quote, at the time of his death, Mr. Nantwi was only a couple of years older than my oldest son, so I can't imagine what it must feel like to lose a loved one so young, Berger told the court. Quote, looking forward, I intend to complete the sentence I received for the greatest mistake I've ever made. Now, this is something that we have not seen in the Robert Brooks murder case or the Messiah Nantwi previous uh, previous guilty pleas and an admission, any kind of remorseful statement in the Robert Brooks murder case. all these defendants stone-faced, saying nothing at their sentencing. So this is definitely new, and it's surprising. Let's continue on. Numerous people came to the court for Berger's sentencing. Cries could be heard once he was handcuffed and escorted out, and most likely that was his family. Prosecutor Alphonse Williams, an Onondaga County senior assistant district attorney, that was the gentleman we saw in the video, said Berger did lay hands on Nantwi, but was not a major contributor to his death. So since Daniel Berger did lay hands on Messiah Nantwi, why is he only pleading guilty to offering a false instrument? If you guys agree with this plea deal, write a 1 in the chat. If you disagree with this plea deal, write a 2 in the chat. It doesn't make sense to me. Let's continue on. Williams declined to go into detail about what inaccuracies Berger put in a report he filed about the incident. Quote, I was very appreciative that Mr. Berger took responsibility and gave condolences to the victim's family, Williams said. Obviously, this is a first step of many steps that we have to take, and will be a long week this week. In terms of this being a long week this week, that refers to additional defendants coming into court today. Nantwi, a 22-year-old incarcerated individual at Mid-State Correctional Facility, died March 1st after body camera footage shows correction officers beating Nantwi with multiple strikes to his body and head with their boots. Mind you, the body cam video has not been released yet. Has not been released. 10 Mid-State Correctional Facility staff members were charged in his death. 4, including Berger, have pleaded guilty. Most recently, Francis Chandler, who had also faced manslaughter and conspiracy charges, pleaded guilty this month to second-degree gang assault in Oneida County Court. We know that Marcy Correctional Facility, Mid-State Correctional Facility, and Mohawk Correctional Facility, part of the Marcy Hub, has been just a triangle of death, a triangle of brutal assaults committed against incarcerated individuals. Docs has a major problem. Let's continue on with this article. Additional former Mid-State correction officers are expected in court this week. Mid-State Correctional is located across the street from Marcy Correctional Facility, where correction officers beat Robert Brooks on December 9th, 2024, causing his death. And that is the end of the article. So, guys, you let me know what you think about this plea deal. Do you think Daniel Berger is getting off like a bandit for participating in the beating of Messiah Nantwi, admitting that he put hands on Messiah Nantwi? The assistant DA, Alphonse, is stating that he did put hands on Messiah Nantwi, and he got 1 1/3 in state prison. Please make it make sense to me, because it doesn't make sense at the moment. So I want to just close and just say, as I say in all of my videos, my goal is to go deeper than what the mainstream media is telling and sharing with you. This is the end of the stream. I will be continuing to cover additional defendants in the Messiah Nantwi murder case, as well as Robert Brooks. We have one more defendant, Michael Fisher, who's going to trial in January. So take care, God bless, and I will see you next time.